Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pony Montana. In this video, we're going to be going over a defensive tip that I messed up back in the day. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below on anything that you guys might like to see on the channel, and I will find something for you. Or just comment FTA. It's for the algorithm. Helps push these videos out to more and more people. So comment anything, FTA, your favorite team, your favorite football team. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Let me know. But let's get right into it, man. In this video, we are going to be going over pressing offensive receivers in Madden. And I kind of went over this before, but I kind of messed up on explaining pressing the receivers properly. So we're gonna go over that today to kind of help out your defense. If you guys are sending heavy blitzes, pressing is going to help your defense out a ton. So we're going to go over that right now, and we're going to come out in the infamous Overstorm Brave because it's a lot of people's favorite blitz. And on the offensive side, we're just going to come out of tight slots halfback weak because it has I'm also going to flip it here so that we have the slot receiver pretty much going out on routes, but I'm looking for a decent play where he's going a little bit vertical. So, two controllers and stuff like that. So in this game, you can manually press, but in tight formations, these guys, the guys that are in the slot formations, they end up getting free releases. So as you can see, Gilly gets absolutely torched by CeeDee Lamb here, and that's something that's going to frustrate. As my son's talking in the background. So that's something that's going to frustrate a lot of people when they're running man coverage and they're trying to clamp up the defender, because in a lot of formations, you only have two really good receivers that are going to end up getting a lot of separation. And that's the tight end or the two slot receivers. And obviously, if you're in like a tight formation, the tight end is going to end up being, he's going to end up getting free releases because he's coming off of the line. So to prevent that, you have to manually press them yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and put triangle here on a streak, and I'm going to go ahead and take Gilly here, and I am going to sit there, and as soon as they hike the ball, you're going to go ahead and you're going to press, look at what just happened to that man. You're going to go ahead and press X or A if you guys are on the Xbox as soon as he comes into your area. So as I show the instant replay here, Gilly's going to go ahead and look at what I do to him. And this is the slot receiver here. So if you're sending a super heavy blitz, we got one person open, and I already mentioned this. It's the tight end. He ends up getting open on the sideline quick, but all the other routes, press down. This guy was actually taken completely out of the play because of my pressing of the other guy. So Harold Carmichael pushed his guy right into Gilly, and look at how bad this press animation is. Just completely runs the route for him pretty much because of that press. It's something that's going to frustrate a lot of your opponents, especially if they can't handle heavy blitzers, and they rely on having those slot guys or those tight end guys be the ones to actually help them with stopping these passes. Now, this also works with the tight end as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put the tight end on a streak here, and I'm going to try to jam him with Julius Peppers. And as you can see, look at where the tight end absolutely nowhere, and you can completely take. You can take your opponent completely out of their rhythm by doing something like this. Look, everybody's clamped up, and the only thing that might have worked is if this guy ends up getting a decent little route. But as you can see, man, this is something that will make your defense 10 times better. 20 times better, because you're essentially taking away a route. Now, you are taking away your user out of this simply because you are going for that press animation, but it's a very good tactic to use, and it's going to help you guys out on defense a lot. Now, you can also do this in zone coverage as well. So I'm going to go ahead and call timeout. And if you guys are running like any type of meta, like if I come out in 3-3 and I'm coming out and I'm trying to overload one specific side, so I'm just going to call it this nickel blitz here. And on the offensive side, let's just keep going with the tight slots. And on the offensive side, we're going to sit there and have our overload. Let's just shift our linebackers that way, right? We got Julius Peppers here, and we have our overload coming from that left side. So we're gonna go ahead and try to jam up this slot receiver. So I'm gonna put him on a streak just so he can run right into me. Call hike, and his animation kind of messed that up, but it's the same exact thing coming out of zone coverage. It's gonna frustrate your opponent, but I do want to get a nice little example for you guys before I get out of here. Out of zone coverage, so instead of pressing this guy, I'm going to press the tight end on the opposite end. The tight ends are obviously going to be the easier ones to press unless they go straight towards the outside, because as you can see, good little press animation, and by the time that anything gets open, we end up letting that person go and actually utilizing our user before any route can actually properly develop. So we sit there and we press this guy, and yes, I know this guy's open. You don't have to leave that in the comments, but we're pressing this guy, making sure that his route doesn't beat anything, and then by the time this guy looks like he might be getting open, our user's already down there. So if that ball is thrown, well, I mean, the pressure came home anyways, but if that ball was thrown, the result is a sack or an interception or whatever the case may be. But again, we're just generating enough pressure to pretty much dominate any person on the field. Now, the only person that you cannot press is the running back. I don't know if I can get a proper example of that, but I don't know if I can put him on a streak and see if he'll actually come out. I'm gonna put the two outside receivers on flat patterns, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to jam the receiver with Lynch. Okay, so it doesn't look like we'll be able to sit there and jam the running back, but that's it. That's the only person that you might have to worry about or account for. So again, if you guys are trying to send that pressure, we sit there and we make sure that running back is manned up, and then everybody else, we sit there and we're able to sit there and, you know, kind of press their life away. Now, I simply will man up my guy if I want this to work. You know, look at the clamp animation, and then we let him go and the pressure gets home. Now that time, I don't want to hear anything from anybody. Not a soul was open, and that's how I'm gonna end this video. Everything was clamped up, and it's all dependent on that tight end being completely clamped up. Everything is clamped up. There's only one person that could potentially have any type of separation, and that's this guy. But by the time he cuts in, I let that tight end go, and I'm sitting there pretty much right there for an interception if they did happen to throw that. Now again, the way you do this is you simply hold the A or X button depending on which console you are on. So again, hey, my son just will not stop talking in the background. But you hold A or X, and then they will run right into you. And then once you want to let it go, you just let go of the button, and you will your jam. You're just gonna clamp you're gonna clamp up your opponent. This is a heavy blitzing game. It's a heavy blitzing meta, and it's only gonna help you guys out if you guys are blitzing your opponent and frustrating their life away. My name is Pony Montana. Hopefully this video helps your defense out. I will see you guys in the next video, man. If you guys are struggling with anything, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to find something for all of you guys. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.